We are now live on YouTube. First time. It's taken me 9 years to actually stream. But this year, they're basically saying you have to stream on YouTube. There's no more recording and posting or any of that. So we fully have to stream. So welcome, everybody. And I'll just want to say that first. I do want to tell you that today we might have some other visitors on our Teams link, because that's the link that we put out there. But now that I know how to stream and can get that set up, we will share the streaming link. So then this link is only private to us, and anybody who wants to watch can stream it on YouTube now moving forward. So we do have that streaming now, and we're all set with that. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and then we are so lucky to have Miss Ashley Mathis, who has taken the initiative to be our secretary for today. And she is actually going to take some notes as I lead through our first meeting this year. So I do want to welcome everybody. And once we have our slideshow up, let me get a thumbs up so you can see it. Should be full screen. Do we see full screen? All right, awesome. So once again, I just want to take a second to welcome everyone. We have an awesome team this year. I want to show you who they are. Of course, my name is Jay, and I'm the principal. I do want to welcome Patty, who joined us at the end of last year. She was able to jump on. And Patty, do you want to just say welcome? And if you have anything to say to everybody, I know that we may have heard you the last meeting, but just remind us who you got at Brandon.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Patty Shankman. I'm really excited to be on the Go team this year. I have a second grader, Ben Shankman, in Miss Fellows class, and I love the school, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you.
Awesome. I love it. And Patty has 2 other children as well. So I know you're busy, but we appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know Erica just jumped on, and she may or may not, she's joining right now, it says admitting. So I want to welcome her as our parent representative. She's going to add great insight to our school. And when I see her jump on, I can let her introduce herself. We also have Aaron, and Aaron is on. Aaron is returning. Aaron, do you want to say hi to everybody and anything about yourself?
Oh, hi, I'm Aaron, and second year on the Go team, and I have a 5th grader, Willa, and I also have a 4th grader, Peter, who's at speech school this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. And Aaron is hopefully running for an officer position this year. We talked about it, so we'll see how that goes. I want to welcome Diana Camacho, Senora Camacho, one of our 3rd grade DLI teacher expertise. Senora, you want to say hi, a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Diana Camacho. Everybody, says to me, Senora Camacho. And this is my 6th year in Morris Brandon. I love the school, and I'm excited to be part of this team. And yeah.
Awesome. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You're going to bring great insight to our team. I do want to jump down to Ashley, who joined. We have some great teacher reps this year. Miss Monroe, maybe just tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ashley Monroe. This is my 4th year here at Brandon. I work currently with the Exceptional Education Team, formerly known as the Special Education Team, and I'm excited to be a part of the Go team.
I love it. And Ashley and Diana both won our staff seats last year, so shout out to them. And how great is it that we have exceptional education represented? We have dual language immersion teachers represented. So that is awesome. Let's keep going down. I don't see forehand on, and that's okay. But I do see Ashley. Ashley, we're one of our leaders this year. If you want to come off mute and just say hi to everybody and anything about yourself, you're welcome to. Let's see if I can get there you go.
Everyone, Ashley Mathis. I know all of you on the call I believe, I can't see on the other screen, but happy to be here today. And I have 2 girls at Morris Brandon in 5th grade and 2nd grade. So super excited, returning on Go team and happy to help where needed.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Hopefully you may get an officer position this year. You sure have earned it. I want to skip over the community seat because we're going to talk about that today. Tiffany's seat has expired, so I wanted to leave her on there because we're going to talk about our community seat today. And then last but not least, and I do want to circle back to Erica, so we have 2 left. Melly, do you want to just say hi to us and welcome to the team?
Hi, I'm Melissa. I have 2 boys in Morris Brandon, one in 4th grade DLI and another one in second grade year live. And this is my second year in GOTeam, and I love it. I'm learning a lot.
I love it. And then last but not least, we have another parent that won our GOTeam seat, and we're so excited to have Erica on. Erica Tuggle, can you just say hi and maybe just how you're connected to Morris Brandon?
Yeah, hi everyone. Erica Tuggle, glad to be here, excited to get started. I now have one child at Morris Brandon, my daughter who's in 3rd grade. My son graduated last year and is now at 7.
Awesome. I forget that too, that I only have one kid at Brandon. I said I had 2 the other day. Goes fast. Okay, well, welcome everybody. We are going to take some time today to go through the organizational meeting script. I will tell you that most GOTeam meetings are super fun and exciting and engaging. This one, we just got to get through these processes. It's our organizational meeting. So we're going to vote on some officers this year. We're going to finalize our calendar, and we're going to move through the script. So let me go ahead and just get started, and you're going to hear me reading a little bit. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Morris Brandon's GOTeam meeting, and we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noted. I am pleased to call this meeting of the Morris Brandon's GOTeam to order at 3:07 p.m. I will act in capacity of interim GOTeam chair for this meeting, and our first order of business is to appoint an interim secretary and call roll. Ashley Mathis has so graciously agreed to be our interim secretary for today. We'll serve as the interim secretary only for this meeting. Our official secretary for the 26-27 school year will be elected during this meeting, and the interim secretary can now take roll. Ashley, you ready?
I am. Please respond present when your name is called. Principal Bland.
Present.
Aaron Bourne.
Present.
Patty Schinkman.
Present.
Erica Tuggle.
Present.
Senora Camacho.
Present.
Dr. Forehand. Okay. Absent. Miss Monroe.
Present.
Okay, and I have myself as present, and Melissa Mexico.
Present.
Excellent. I think that is everyone.
All right. This team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Ashley, is there a quorum present?
There is a quorum present.
All right. Awesome. Okay. If there is a quorum present, we're going to go on to the next page. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are here. You should be able to see my screen. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
It was Aaron. And a second?
Second.
And that was Melly. Thank you. So feel free to motion and second so we can get your names down, and I'll help you, Ashley. So I'll say the names. Are there any amendments to this agenda? And amendments can be made through a motion if you feel like anything needs to be changed, and we can vote if you ever want to change anything. We typically can adjust it before, but if we need to, just let us know. So all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand so the secretary can record your vote. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? All right, so let's do this. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand to approve the agenda. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that all said yes. Right. Let's see. Are there any amendments? No. Are there is anybody opposed? Say nay or raise your hand, or any abstentions? Please abstain or raise your hand. I don't see any, so thank you. All right, we're now going to move to filling the vacant seats in the open community member seat. Before we begin the process, I'd like to remind the GOTeam of the following. The principal brings forth the nominations for the vacant and community seats. All GOTeam members have only 1 vote per seat. Individuals filling a vacant seat will serve until the conclusion of that seat's term. Individuals filling an open seat will serve for the full 2-year term. Upon approval, individuals are immediately full-time GOTeam members and may join the meeting. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving forward. I do want to let you all know that, right? We're going to fill vacant seats, and the good news is we don't have any vacant seats this year. In the past, we have, so we'd have to fill it and bring nominations, but we are good to go. So if you are newly nominated on here, then you should be good to go for 2 years. So we're going to begin by filling our vacant seats. These are seats which will have been vacated prior to the end of the seat's term. Individuals appointed to the seat will serve until the end of the seat's term. I have the following nominations. We don't have any vacant seats, so we can move forward to filling the open community seat. Now, with the community seat, I had some really good feedback from our GOTeam members, and I reached out to a few parents, but I do not have a member to pull forward for today. And sometimes that happens at the beginning of the year. So we're not going to fill the community seat, even though I can bring that nomination. I very much want to lean on our GOTeam. And what I would like to tell you over the next month before our 9/17 meeting is that if you feel like we have a community member that would be a great community seat, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. I love calling them, talking through GOTeam, talking about how they get engaged, and then we can add them on. If you don't have a suggestion, that is not a problem, but I really wanted to hear a little bit of feedback from the team. Now, I want you to think about how our team is also made up and the types of parents that we have, the homerooms or the classes they come from. We are well represented in dual language immersion, I believe. We have an exceptional education leader. We have traditional homerooms and those homerooms. So I want to think about really diversifying this GOTeam and thinking about, and if you have a suggestion on a position or a background for a member, reach out to me and I have some ideas on who that could be. So you could say somebody who knows, facilities, or somebody who really understands APS's plan moving forward. And I can think about the parents that would know that. Or maybe somebody who's really big on technology. Well, we have a technology group of parents that are ready to roll with that. Let me know if you think about a priority that would be great and we can find the right community seat. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this when we come to our next meeting, and they have to be a community member and not a full-time APS person. Okay. All right. So let's jump to the approval of the previous minutes. And those were shared out with us earlier. Those were from April 17th. I'm happy to share them again. But since that was last school year, and I feel like we're well beyond that at this point, and we've all approved it, we're going to review and approve the minutes from our last meeting. And the minutes have been provided to you. So I'm going to ask if there were any corrections. Okay, and if there's no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the meeting's minutes right now? A motion to approve the meeting minutes from April 17th. Those were emailed out by Ashley. Okay, if we don't have a motion, I can share the meeting minutes again and we can take a look at it. Anybody want a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, Melly, thank you. Melly's going to approve. Can you see my screen? Let's see. All right. Do you want me to pull the minutes up so we can look at them? Here they are right here. I think you can see them. Can everybody see them? Did it change over? Okay. So just letting you know who was on our team at the time. So thank you for, and did we have a second? Can I get a second to approve the minutes?
Second.
All right. Thank you. So that was Melly. And who was my second on that one? Aaron? Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Let's keep rolling. We approved the minutes. We're very operational today. It's why it's called an organizational meeting. So I don't usually run meetings this way. Ashley's going to run them this way from now on, or whoever our president is. Okay, let's keep going. Now it's time to do the fun stuff. We're going to elect some officers, okay? Before we begin the nominations, I'd like to remind the GOTeam of the following. Nominations do not have to be seconded. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person for any position. A member may decline a nomination during the nomination process. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms or 2 years in the same office position at the same school. Nominees do not have to leave the room during the nomination period or when a vote is taken. If there is more than one nominee per elected office, each nominee will be offered an opportunity to share why they should be selected for the seat. The newly elected officers will assume their positions starting at the conclusion of this meeting and serve until June 30th. All voting members have only 1 vote per seat or per election officer. Okay, so I've done this a lot, and I've done this, I love GOTeam, and I've learned that if you don't do a little bit of the pre-work, these types of meetings can go long and they can feel a little uncomfortable sometimes. So I have reached out to a few GOTeam members to nominate themselves for a few of these positions. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, and I want to make sure that if somebody wants to be one of these positions, that you also nominate yourself, and we can talk about who would be the best person. but I did sort of reach out to some experienced GOTeam members to see if they'd be interested in that. So the first item, the first seat that we're going to elect is the GOTeam's chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the chair are include, but are not limited to, leading our GOTeam meetings, working with myself, the principal, and our GOTeam to develop our meeting agendas, ensuring every GOTeam member has an opportunity to be heard, monitoring team compliance. I will now open the floor to receive chair nominations. Ashley, did you want to say something?
So do I need to nominate myself?
Go ahead and nominate yourself. I think that would be great.
Okay, I don't know. I'll pause.
Awesome. Thank you for nominating yourself. Would any of the nominees like to decline the nomination? So that would be, that would be you, Ashley. Would you like to decline the nomination of yourself that you just nominated? I don't think so, but let me know.
I feel like I did this wrong, but yeah.
No, you did it right because you can nominate yourself. So that's totally fine. And that's what I would like. I think you'd be great. You've been on our GOTeam a long time and you really understand the process. So are there anybody else who'd like to nominate themselves or someone else? You are welcome to. Good. Okay.
I'm happy to serve any way that I'm needed.
Thank you, forehand. I have a great plan for you as well. So thank you for that. So it looks like Ashley's our only nomination for the seat. So at this time, the nominations for the chair are Ashley Mathis. And at this time, I'd like to offer Ashley Mathis an opportunity to explain why she's the best candidate for this position. I could go on and on about her. Other GOTeam members may ask the nominees any questions you would like, but Ashley, maybe just give us 30 seconds or less about why you feel like you'd be a great chair.
Awesome. So this is my second term on GOTeam. I have a professional background in strategy, finance, and accounting. And most importantly, I love Morris Brandon and helping wherever is needed and where I can. I'm super excited about GOTeam this year. And again, happy to serve where needed and look forward to continuing improving our student achievement for the school.
I love it. Awesome. And I think that is great too. So I think you're a great candidate for that. So let's go ahead and let's see where I am on this. Let me just make sure I got my slide. All right. So please raise your hand to vote for your choice for chair of our GOTeam. So to vote for Ashley Mathis, you can raise your hand. We've got Melly, Monroe, we've got Diana, and we've got Patty, Aaron, and forehand. Okay. Do we have any abstentions? Please say or raise your hand. Does anybody want to abstain from voting or not voting? Okay. All right. Congratulations, Ashley Mathis. You're going to serve as our GOTeam chair for this year, and there is no one better than you right now. I think you are the best. So shout out to you and thank you for all you do to support us. All right, the next one we're going to jump to is our vice chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the vice chair include, but are not limited to, ensuring the GOTeam follows our procedures. So you're just kind of holding us accountable, working with the principal and chair to develop the meeting minutes, and then acting as the chair if Ashley can never not be here. I will tell you, the vice chair is a good position to have if the chair is always here, and the chair usually is. So I'd like to open the floor to receive vice chair nominations. Is there anybody who would love or like to nominate themselves or someone else for the vice chair? Melly, I heard you come off mute.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to do it.
You'd like to nominate yourself.
I would like to nominate myself. Yeah.
Okay, so Melly's going to nominate herself for the vice chair. Is there anyone else that would like to nominate someone else for the vice chair or themselves? Okay, awesome. Okay, Melly's not going to want to decline the nomination since she nominated herself, so I'll make sure I get that right. If there's no further nomination, I'm going to close the floor. We're going to begin the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the vice chair. The nomination for vice chair is Melly Mexico. At this time, I'm going to offer Melly a chance to explain why she feels like she'd be great for this position. Melly, maybe just take 30 seconds to explain to us your background and just why you love Morris Brandon.
I've been loving being part of the Go team. I'm learning a lot, and like Ashley said, I'm happy to help at school in anything that you need, and I'm willing to learn from Ashley, like we did last year from Kim. So that's it.
I love it. I love it. And you play such an important role at our school. I can go on and on about Melly and the support she gives us. So thank you so much. All right. So please raise your hand to vote for your choice for chair for our Go team. We only have one person, so please raise your hand to vote for Melly. And we have Ashley, Patty, Aaron, forehand, it looks like. All right, any abstentions, please say or abstain or raise your hand. Okay, I don't see any. All right. Congratulations, Melly. You will serve as the Go Team Vice Chair for this school year. Shout out to you. Let's keep going because the next one's a great one. It was one of my favorite roles. It's called the Secretary. We're going to elect the Go Team Secretary today. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the Secretary include, but are not limited to, posting Go Team documents, agendas, summaries, and minutes to the website. So you basically gather those agendas, the summary that you type up, and the minutes, which is the summary, like the overall, and then you send that over to Lindsay Lander, and she posts it on our websites. Taking minutes at our Go Team meetings, so you're typing as we talk and just taking those minutes. Ensuring the Go Team is compliant with our open meeting laws. That means that making sure that we are posting our minutes and our meeting in advance so people know that we are meeting with the correct link. So I'm going to go ahead and open the floor to receive secretary nominations. I'm going to tell you this is a typing heavy role. If you feel like you got a good handle on typing and you can pump it out, go ahead and nominate somebody or yourself.
I'd love to nominate myself.
Thank you, Erin. Step into the plate to be the secretary. Erin, she told me she can type 120 words a minute. That's exactly the average that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and see if anybody else would like to nominate themselves, or if Erin wants to decline it, but she nominated herself, so that's good. Anybody else? All right, awesome. If there are no further nominations, I'm going to close the floor. We're going to begin the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the secretary. The nomination for secretary is Erin Bourne. And at this time, I'm going to offer Erin an opportunity to explain why she's the best candidate for this position. Erin, 30 seconds and telling us why you love to type and you love Morris Brandon.
I love to type. I took typing in high school, and I think I did okay. And I type in my job. I work for family foundations and take minutes for their board meetings. So
look at that.
I feel competent.
I love it. Typing was the best class I ever took in high school. It has served me well. That is the most important class I ever took. All right, please raise your hand for your choice of secretary to vote for Erin Bourne. Please raise your hand. We have Melly, Ashley, Erica, Diana, Patty, and forehand. Thank you. Any abstentions? I don't think so. All right, congratulations, Erin. You're going to be our new secretary, and don't worry, you're not going to start until the 17th, and we'll get you everything you need before then of next month. All right, so awesome. Okay, next one. Now we're gonna, you guys can still see my screen with the PowerPoint? Okay. Yep. Now we're going to elect our Go Team's cluster representative. The cluster rep may also hold an officer position if they want to. It can be chair, vice chair, and not. And as a reminder, the responsibilities of the cluster rep include, but aren't limited to, attending all cluster advisory meetings. There's approximately 3 of them, and they are virtual, and they are typically in the fall, winter, and spring, and they're typically from like 5 to 6. You can jump on wherever you need, okay? It is managed by the district, and all of the Go teams have their cluster reps on the call at once with their principals. It's a pretty cool call, and they talk about district and our cluster strategic plan. So I'm going to open the floor up to receive cluster rep nominations. And if anybody wants to nominate themselves or someone else, let me know. I'd like to nominate Michael Forehand, by the way. I just think he would be fantastic at this role. So Michael, I'll give you a chance to decline the nomination if you would like in a minute. But that's one nomination. If anybody else would like to try this role, you do get on the cluster advisory team calls 3 times a year, and you report back at the next GOTeam meeting. So we have one person. Anybody else? All right, awesome. Forehand, do you want to decline the nomination? Okay,
Nope, happy to serve.
Thank you. So there's no further nomination. I'm going to close the floor. We're going to begin the process. We have one person being considered for cluster rep. That is Michael Forehand. And at this time, I'm going to offer Michael Forehand just an opportunity to tell us why he loves Morris Brandon so much and just anything else that he wants to share because he's such a valuable member of our team.
I'm just honored to be here and get to work with these amazing kids. So anything I can do to support these kids in our school, I'm happy to do for you guys.
I love it. Thank you so much. And that's exactly what we need and staff at Morris Brandon and on our GOTeam. We got the best staff around. So shout out to Dr. Forehand. All right. So please raise your hand to vote for Dr. Forehand to be cluster representative for our GOTeam. I've got Melly, Ashley. I got Ashley, Erica, Diana, Patty, and Aaron. So that is everyone. Awesome. Okay, any abstentions? I don't think so. So congratulations, Doc. You're going to serve as our GOTeam cluster rep for this school year. Thank you so much. We'll touch base offline. You'll know all about it. Okay. Let's set the meeting calendar. Adhering to the agenda, we will now discuss our meeting calendar for this school year. As a reminder, our GOTeam is required to have at least 6 business meetings during the school year. 4 of those meetings must permit time for public comment. Take a deep breath here. Meetings cannot be held during the instructional day. Something to think about because I sometimes have GOTeam parents or meetings that want to happen during the day, but it's got to be outside of the instructional day. Meetings must be live streamed. That's new this year, and recorded. And meeting locations for hybrid meetings must be places which can accommodate the public. Okay. So we need to be like, if we do one in-person meeting this year, which we will do, we'll have to do it in a place where all of our families can come and that we have enough people to be on there. Okay. So the good news is that I have sent you our meeting dates. You should have them all on your calendar and you all accepted them and we are good to go. So do I have any suggestions or recommendations for our meeting dates that I did not already include and put on your calendars? Okay, the one thing I'm going to say is I did start them at 3 o'clock this year. Last year, I believe we did 3:30. 3:30 allows parents a little more time to get their kids. It allows a little more time for teachers to try and go home, but it also can hinder that because then you might be in your car at 3:30 and maybe 3 o'clock is just a better time because you can get your kids quickly. So just really quickly, is 3 o'clock okay, or do we feel like we need to do 3:30 with those times that I sent you? Anybody have any feedback?
I like 3 better, personally.
Okay, good.
For me, because I was going to be the car situation if we push back. Yeah.
All right. Well, since you're the chair, Ashley, we're going to keep it at 3 for right now. Okay. It's okay.
Well,
I like
does it
3
work for
o'clock too.
everyone
That
else?
gets me out of
I
here at
mean-
4 instead of 4:30. I just want to be cognizant, honestly, to Forehand and Monroe and Camacho who get to school at 7 a.m. And I don't know if they like to do their meetings at home or not, but sometimes 30 minutes is not enough to get home and get your computer set up anyway. So thank you. We'll keep it at 3, and I promise you I will honor your time by 4 o'clock on those days at the latest. Okay. All right. So I do want you to know that I plan for 3 meetings for our budget process. That's why you see probably one or two meetings in January and 1 or 2 meetings in February. That's our budget season. It takes a little bit more time. We will meet in person on one of those meetings. But you have all of the calendar invites on your calendars, and I think that's a good start. So now that we've determined our calendar, can I have a motion just to approve our meeting dates? And I think we have 10 of them.
And Jay, just one question. Do we know which one we want to do in person, or is that we'll keep it to be determined for right now?
It's to be determined. Diana, did you have something you wanted to share?
Hi y'all, I'm Diane Jacoby. I'm a school governance coordinator here with the district, and I'm just here to help. Just before you vote on the motion, if you could just list those dates for the public so it's actually part of the meeting, because if it's not on the slide, just
Yep,
just for
gotcha. I'm going to say
completeness,
them right
because
now.
the rest of the
Yep.
community doesn't have it. So
Yes, good call.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah,
And
I'll
it's
do that
also
right now. I'm
posted
gonna
on the
read them
Morris
out
Brandon
and then,
website.
yeah, I'm gonna pull them up. I'm just gonna look at my calendar, and then what I'm gonna ask is that, Ashley, that you record them in the minutes as well, okay? So let's see what we got, what I can come up with. Okay, so we have, the next one is going to be September 17th. Then we have October 22nd. Then we have November 19th. December 10th. And we don't meet again until January 21st. And we have February 11th and 25th. So we'll meet 2 times in February to present our budget and then approve our budget. And we'll meet again March 25th to finalize the budget. And then we'll have our last GOTeam meeting of the year on April 15th. Should all be Thursdays, last Thursday of the month, 3 p.m. Sound good? All right.
Just so it's noted on the record, the September meeting is public comment. November meeting is public comment.
Perfect.
January 21st meeting, public comment, and February 25th meeting is public comment, as well as the April 15th one.
That is awesome. And what I'm going to do, Ashley, is we're going to talk about that on our next slide. I'm probably going to type that in on our slide, or you'll put that on there. So thank you for that.
Okay.
All right. So may I have a suggestion? Do you have anything else, Diana? Are we good with that?
Yeah, I just missed, you said April 15th, and what was the March date?
25th?
March
what was the
25th? Okay, thank you.
I think that's what it was. Okay. All right, now that we've determined our calendar, may I have a motion to approve the calendar?
A motion to approve the calendar.
All right, that's forehand. Thank you. And do we have a second to approve those dates?
A second.
All right, thank you, Ashley. All in favor, please raise your hand. It looks like we have everyone. Thank you so much. All opposed, please raise your hand. Any abstentions, please raise your hand. All right. Please enter these dates into your personal calendar so you don't forget them, which I've already done for you. In the past, I learned that if we literally sit here and try and figure out the calendar dates, we're going to be here until a lot longer. So now I know to have them on the slide, but we had that. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
also just to note, they're on the Morris Brandon website. They're also in the B-mail, and they're on the Morris Brandon PTO calendar.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. And this was the slide for the meeting calendar considerations. Let's talk about public comment, and that is next. So thank you for that, Ashley. We're now going to move to our next item of business and reviewing and updating and confirming our GOTeam's public comment protocol. Public comment opportunities are available for GOTeams to hear from interested members in the community from Section 3.4 of the GOTeam Handbook. Opportunities for public comment shall be provided at least 4 times in a fiscal year or school year and noted on the GOTeam's webpage and meeting agenda. GOTeam members will not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during public comment.
We'll run.
There you go. Make sure you mute yourself if you can. Each GOTeam will determine a consistent method for receiving public comments and for parents and other citizens to sign up to address them. At least 20 minutes of time will be allotted for the public to make comments at meetings where public comment is permitted, and the public will receive at least 2 business days notice of the public comment protocol. Okay, just a little bit about public comment really quickly. This is a great way for you all to hear our community's concerns, community's thoughts, accolades, or anything else. I've been on this GOTeam for 9 years now, and we've heard everything from parents from back in the day, a lot about safety, police officers. Why don't we have them? Well, we do now. So I haven't heard those comments in a while. Sometimes we had some public comments around school uniforms. That was interesting. I like to hear those from parents who are interested in that. Last year was a big year for Morris Brandon as we went through our facilities process, and there was a potential that we were to combine and move into 2 schools. That created some public comment, and that even, that was district-wide public comment. So right now it's a little quiet. That's good, but we do want to offer this 4 times a year. So I'm going to walk us through a few key decisions that we'll need to make as a team. As I read each one, feel free to share your thinking. First, let's consider which meetings will allow for public comment. At a meeting, we are required to offer public comment at 4 business meetings during the year. Would this team like to allow for public comment at all meetings every other meeting, or select specific meetings tied to major action items. Anybody have any feedback? I can tell you that I don't really want it at every meeting, but I think that having it at every other meeting is good. And typically we'll have that opportunity. I'll build the agenda around knowing that public comment is there. But if anybody else would like to share any feedback, you're welcome to.
I would
Just wanted to
recommend
add,
every
I
other
agree.
meeting.
Yes, same, Dr. Forehand. That's what I was going to say too.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So then let's figure out how individuals are going to sign up or let us know they want to speak. This can include options such as online sign-up forms, email a specific person, or sign up in the meeting. Okay, so what I like to do is use this public comment sign up. I'll save you from clicking on it, but it pretty much just says your name, your topic, and the day and what the meeting is. And what I've learned is that most people just jump on the call. So if it's a public comment, if they're on YouTube and they're watching it, they're not going to be able to necessarily access the link that's on here. So we will get the public comment sign up out into our teacher newsletters and our B-mail, really ramping up as much as we can to it. And we'll leave it posted on our website. So if people are on the meeting and they want to sign up in real time, I'm totally fine with that. I think 2 days in advance puts us in a weird position if somebody wants to speak at the meeting and we're like, no, you didn't do it in two days in advance. And we don't get a lot of that. So I like to open it up and allow parents to speak. They know they always can come to me and talk at any point anyways. But this is the public comment sign up. I might as well just show it to you because it's right here. See if it takes me to it. Can you guys see my screen? Is it taking it to it?
Yep.
All right. So this one was like our November 13th one. I would change this date. I have the first, last name, and I have their contact emails. I would pull this up before public comment, and I would just go off this order, and they get 2 minutes to talk. Okay? All right. You guys can see my screen again on the requirements. Hopefully you can see me toggle. All right. So how will individuals sign up and wish to speak? I think we have that. What process feels clear and accessible to our community? Any feedback on the sign up? Do you think you're okay with that? It's not a vote, just a conversation. So building on that, what will be the deadline? I spoke and I pretty much said I allowed them to sign up all the way up until the public comment time. I'm totally fine with that. If we see that there's a big issue boiling up or a lot of comment on that or something happening, we can adjust that, but that has not happened in my time here. So I'm totally fine with just signing up in the meeting. How much time will each speaker have to provide comments? Any feedback on that? It's a question I just got to ask. Anybody know? Give them 2 minutes. Sound okay for everybody? All right. We want to ensure fairness while also allowing enough time for meaningful input. Related to that, when during the meetings will we hold public comment? Anybody want to know when we should have them? First thing or at the end? In the middle? I like the end.
It at the end in
do
case
At the
we
end?
discuss something. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I think that allows people to listen to the meeting, sign up, speak if they want to. Finally, is there anything else we want to include in our public comment protocol? This could be additional expectations for conduct, how we communicate that the Go team listens without responding. And that's important because you're going to have parents that may get on here and talk, and we just listen. Okay. And then we put action plans together in our agendas and our meetings, or I do outside of that. Okay, or if we follow up, if follow-up may occur outside of the meeting. So is there anything else we want to include with public comment? Okay. Thank you for that discussion. Based on what we've outlined, we now have the components needed to establish our public comment protocol. So can I have a motion to adopt this public comment protocol? The protocol is sign up here, can sign up during the meeting. We hope we do it every other meeting or about 5 meetings this year, and it's done at the end of the meeting. So can I get a motion to adopt?
I'll motion to adopt.
Thank you, Ashley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Forehand. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. We have everybody. Thank you so much. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Okay, any abstentions? All right, excellent. All right. Excellent. Let's keep rolling. Okay. Oh yeah, I should have had this slide up. So hard for me to navigate when I'm supposed to be reading and the slides. Well, here's the protocol. I think look at that. It all fell into place anyways, perfectly. All right, let's talk about norms. Okay, discuss. I have. All right, initial norms. See that one on here. I feel like I'm a little out of order, so I have the stakeholder. All right, these are our initial norms. I'm going to read them to you. We can change them as we want. These are the ones that we've used. Initial norms. This is a meeting of the GOTeam. Only members of the GOTeam may participate. So this had to do with our public comment. Any members of the public comment are here to quietly observe. We're going to be fully present. We're going to follow the agenda as it's noticed to the public and stay on task. We'll be respectful of each other's times. We will be open-minded. We will invite and welcome contributions of every member and listen to each other. We're going to respect all ideas and assume good intentions, and we're going to approach differences of opinion with curiosity. I really like these norms. They seem to resonate pretty well with our GOTeams. So I really just want to see if we need to make any adjustments or changes to these norms. We can come off mute now or share anything. All right. May I have a motion to adopt these norms?
I'll motion to adopt the.
Thank you,
Oops, go ahead,
Ashley. And do I
Erin.
have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Aaron. Okay, all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. That looks like everybody. Any abstentions? I don't think you. Awesome. Okay. Let's get to some discussion items. While we're here, we have a little engagement exercise. The good news is I pre-filled the engagement exercise, so we can discuss it and move on if you'd like, or we can add some more things in there. GOTeams play a vital role in decision-making that impacts the school's directions, priorities, and overall success. Stakeholder engagement ensures the decisions we make reflect the real needs and voices of the people our schools serve. We're stronger when we bring others into the work, and we listen, learn, co-create, family, student, staff, community members. Today, our GOTeam is going to brainstorm ways to involve our school's key stakeholders in the work. Okay? Very, very important role that GOTeam has. It's one of the highest levels of leadership at our school, and you will be able to provide lots of impact and lots of support. So here's the challenge. We're going to look at 4 different groups: family, students, staff, and community. For each group, we're going to ask and answer 3 questions. Inform, what's a fun or unexpected way to keep them in the loop? Input, what's a meaningful way to get their ideas or feedback? Invite, how can we bring them into the work, not just the audience? Let's get creative. I'm going to show you what we got. Well, it looks like this has already been completed. I did this because it looks, I wanted to say some of the things that we already do. Families was pre-populated for us, so I'm just going to give you all about 1 minute to read. You know what? Let's popcorn it out. I'm going to have Ashley handle families. I'm going to have Aaron can handle students. I'm going to have Patty do staff, and I'll have Erica do community. Take a second to read those, okay? And then you're just going to share them out on ways that we inform, input, and invite them into our school. And tell me if you feel like these are good ways or anything else you'd like me to type in this box right now. And I'll give you about 30 more seconds. All right. All right, let's start with Ashley. Ashley, for families, for inform, input, and invite, share us what we got and if anything else that I need to add.
I think overall, like it covers everything. The granular level of that is like for families informing. We have, our B-mail, our PTO does an excellent job to make sure that things are communicated through their channels with the B-mail as well as the Broom parents. We post everything on our Morris Brandon website. There's flyers that go home with the kids. And then also I love that like there's a responsibility to it for the kids, which it definitely empowers them to make sure they're communicating when they get home about what happened at school. And that starts with the teachers that do an amazing job of that. We also have emails that the teachers send every week at the end of the week or throughout if they need it. So there's tons of communication channels. Our family is also, from an input standpoint, engaged through our open houses. And then we're having an upcoming parent and teacher where the parents come into the school and understand what's going on for the school year. Social media, definitely through our Instagram and some Facebook pages is definitely a avenue for both direction input from the parents in the community as well as from the school. So there's tons of things going on and exciting things also that our PTO puts on, several events throughout the year. Definitely can't thank them enough for doing that. So there's several opportunities to engage and be invited. So definitely on the invite piece, we have a fantastic foundation that I was a part of last year and this year that does wonderful things for the school. Yes, so I think I'm going on and maybe past my time, but there's so many.
No, that's okay.
things.
That's good stuff. I took some notes in there. Thank you so much.
Okay.
One thing I do want to talk about with GOTeam is that I get a lot of information that I want to share with you all first. Typically it's GOTeam, then I have our fingers maybe go to PTO and foundation and kind of down to our, faculty and staff, and then out to our community. First GOTeam meeting is a little different because I've met with all those other ones before GOTeam, but typically after this, y'all will be the first ones to see data, budget, money, big things that have to impact our school. The GOTeam always sees it first. Thank you. Ashley, let's go to students. Who had students?
I did.
All right, Aaron.
And you just wanted any additional things?
Any additional or
listed?
any ways that you think, or just you can summarize what's on the slide if you want to, or anything additional.
Well, I maybe just having an afternoon brain freeze. I'm not coming up with much to add.
It's okay. Anybody else can chime in for student informed. So what's a fun way? We do the morning announcements, create videos. We have the BTV, right? We have classroom ambassadors. Is there anything else to engage our students more at this school? And I have a million ideas, but I want to hear from y'all if you do, or if I captured most of them for sharing out information and informing.
I mean, I think one that we do at Morris Brand is we bring back North Atlanta students and Sutton, and it helps the elementary kids to kind of understand what's coming up next, and is very exciting for them. So I think that's a fun way that we engage the students.
Yeah, I like that.
I do have one other thing, and I've just seen it at the speech school, and I don't know if you've done this before, Jay, but sort of pairing up students from different ages. So having a fifth grader kind of buddy up with someone younger. I don't know if
yeah, I like that. I have some ideas for mentors this year because we left that on the table last year. So I was going to talk about that either this meeting or the next one, because I definitely want to do something like that. And I like that. We also have hive rallies and hives. I think our students get a lot of information.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yes.
All right. Is there a meeting way that we can gather their feedback? We do a ton of student surveys. They're mostly 3-5. We have a student council, or it's really called junior beta, right? We also do lunch with myself and the principal. We have student focus groups. We have new student focus groups. I really appreciate that. We have some great groups for our new kids led by our counselors and social workers. I put on their exit tickets after events, like, hey, did you have fun? What could change? What would you want? Is there anything else that we can gather input for students? All right. That's okay.
The only thing I was going to add, I know the teachers in the classroom also ask for input, which I think is pretty special. So, what excites them, or rewards for things that they are doing in the classroom, but to get their input on what can be better. So I think that's also a very positive one.
They want us to figure out what's going to motivate them too. So I like that.
Yes. Yep.
I'm not sure how that's done, but one thing I've seen in the past is, just little comment boxes kind of in each classroom, which gives the kids a little bit of an anonymous way if they want to provide feedback as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. I will tell you, my camera is just randomly shut off, so hopefully you all can still see me, but I am not on the screen anymore.
We can't see you. It kind of went out like in the middle when
Yeah,
I was talking. It completely went out. Yep.
As long as you can hear me, I'm okay with that. I'm going to turn my camera off so I get a little more bandwidth. And then Erica, you had just said, you said student, my camera was going out, student chats, like
Like comment boxes in the
boxes.
classroom. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. All right, and then for invite, we talked about student council, junior beta, student ambassadors, which we started doing this year for school tours at Maine, which is awesome. I have peer mentors down here, student-led assemblies, that would be like our hive and how they're going to lead them. And we do that a little bit. We do exhibition and service projects, anything else for students. And we can move a little faster because I know we're at 3:51, so I want to get there. But go ahead, I'm all ears.
The students also help at Field Day, which I know the elementary kids love, and then also the main campus kids like going back. So it's a win-win for both.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, let's take a look at staff. I could have called out a staff person on this, but I did that on purpose. I wanted to hear kind of what maybe a parent would think about that. So who had staff? Is that Patty?
I did. Yes, it looks like we're doing
Patty.
a lot.
Patty, can you guys hear Patty?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can. This person's org has either been blocked by ours or their org has blocked yours. That is interesting. I cannot hear her. I am going to let you all talk. I don't know why. And we'll talk about it on the back end, and then I can type if somebody wants to tell me what to type.
Okay. We can hear and see you.
Okay. I know that is wild.
I don't know.
You can hear me?
I will get that fixed.
It looks like we're communicating well with our staff members. I would recommend maybe we consider doing a mentoring program for new teachers or new staff members to help them understand our school's culture and maybe just learn from some of our amazing veteran teachers. In terms of input, we're doing poll surveys, which is great. We're doing listening sessions. I think that all sounds wonderful. How could we bring them into the work? We have fabulous staff members on the Go team. We have teacher-led professional development, staff-led initiatives and clubs. I think that sounds great to me, but I would defer to the staff members on the Go team if there's anything we're missing there.
And Jay, just to add for the notes on the staff inform column, Patty had a great idea, the mentoring program for new staff members to understand Morris Brandon culture.
Yep, awesome. On that.
I'm sorry, I'm just repeating because I know.
No, you're going to have to. It's wild that I can hear all of you, but not Patty. I have to figure out what her organization is and why we're butting heads over here with APS, but we'll figure it out, Patty. You're good as long as everybody else can hear you.
Okay, great.
Did we do input yet, an invite?
Patty went through it and
awesome.
We opened the floor to see if Dr. Forehand, Senora Camacho or Miss Monroe has anything additional to add from their lens.
This is our new instructional team here. The IBLT is our IB leadership team, and then the ILT is going to be our instructional leadership team. We're doing it a little differently this year, so we're excited about having some staff input on that. All right, the last one was our community. That was Erica, correct?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Awesome, and I can hear you, Erica. So if you want to go ahead and take us just through this real quick, I'm all ears.
Yeah, I will go really fast. So it sounds like, again, like we have a lot of amazing things going. The community newsletter, I'm not sure how we distribute that, but that was probably one of the main things. I was like, that should be pretty much everywhere. So when we think about even social media, kind of high level summary carousel types of community information, local businesses you had listed here as well. Whatever QR flyers they're getting they should get the community newsletter included in that. And then even with the neighborhood associations, I feel like that's I love that. I didn't know we were doing that, but that's amazing.
I had to put
again,
preschools
distributing
because we started doing that. I'm sorry. We're going to visiting preschools now for their students. So
awesome. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And then for the next one, input, similarly on the community surveys, I think there's probably, and I'm not sure, but it may be an opportunity to just kind of include that on every communication. So if it's a QR code, just making sure we have that kind of ever present. I also kind of thought about that with invite, using that survey to also gain from the community any support in key areas where we need it. Whether it be some sort of community, you have down here the community service projects in and around the school. Even I think that could be a good way to kind of bring people in and use the same communication for multiple things. So we're getting hopefully bigger impact with each one.
Awesome. I love it. And the district does push out the family surveys. I wish they did a community survey for people that might not have kids in APS, but pay taxes to APS. That could be kind of cool. So we might think of that as we go down the road this year. I'd love to see what our neighbors have to say about our school as our school hopefully is helping their home values.
Yeah. And what skills they could, contribute. Because I'm sure some of them I know, would probably be willing to.
All right. Awesome. Well, okay, great. Let's keep going. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. Let's talk about some informational items. I want to share a couple things. You're the first ones to see this. These are our numbers for this year. This is our budget. I want to show you this. This is grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in pre-K. Pre-K, I want you to take out of your head. We don't get any funding for pre-K. We're so excited to have a pre-K. We never had one up until about 5 years ago. But I want you to look at our numbers being 948 and not 968. Okay. Yes, we have 968 children in our school, but pre-K we're going to take out of our head because we really don't get any funding for them. Now, I want to just walk you through this document really quickly. For those that are just curious how our demographics are made up, here it is. 35% of our school is considered non-white. Okay. Or it's excluding white, not of Hispanic. Okay, so 35% of our school fall under what's called a subgroup category. I say that to you because we talk a lot about subgroups this year. As we go through our data, we take a hard look at these subgroups. And I use this language: Hispanic, American or Native American Indian, Asian, Black or African American, Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, white, 2 or more races. Okay. Now, in order to focus on subgroups and testing, which is a major deal in Georgia, you have to, in grades 3, 4, and 5, you have to have at least 15 students in that subgroup. Okay. Will we have a Hispanic subgroup at main campus? What do you think? By the way, you see 3 numbers. The first one is always male. I should have told you this. It's not on. Yeah, right here. Male, female, total. I should have said that to start. Will we have an Hispanic subgroup in grades 3, 4, 5? Yeah, you only need 15 total. We've got 42, 43. Okay, that's a major subgroup that we have got to focus on, because in Georgia, when it comes to testing and funding, we don't always look at our highest performing subgroup or our white students. Okay, we need to see how all of them are doing. Okay. So we want to make sure that we always have eyes on Hispanic. Will we have a subgroup for American Indian or Alaska Native? We won't. We've only got 4 total. Okay. So that's not a subgroup that we focus on. As a matter of fact, you can't focus on them. It's illegal because it's a FERPA violation. FERPA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. So if we know there's only 4 of them at the school and we discuss them, then we know who those kids are. And it's actually a violation. So you can't really talk about student groups unless they have 15 students in them. How about Asian? Will we have an Asian subgroup at main campus? It's going to be tight. Yeah, 15 exactly. That's a great subgroup to have, really. I love the Asian subgroup is a great one. We typically you want as many subgroups as you can. We don't get a ton of them, but it looks like we have 6 and 6 is 12 plus 3 is 15. We got a subgroup, assuming none of them leave right before the end of the year. And we might gain a couple too. Okay. Male, female, total. Black or African American subgroup, absolutely. Right. We have 190 African American students in our school. It's a great number. Okay. Male, female, total. Will we have a white subgroup? Absolutely. 2 or more races? What do you think? Yep, we will, because we have 17 of them and 9, 4, and 4. Okay, so we will have subgroups right now for 2 or more races: white, Black, African American, and Asian and Hispanic. That makes us, ladies and gentlemen, ready for this? One of the most diverse schools in APS. Okay, there's a lot of schools that only have 1 subgroup. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When we talk about school ratings, they will list all 5 of those subgroups and exactly how they did on their state testing. Okay. Special education is also a subgroup. It is not listed on here. So there are subgroups of subgroups. So exceptional education is one, but it's not an ethnicity subgroup. So that'll be one more that we have as well. Okay. Any questions about the, oh, last thing, who remembers what our projections were for this year? It's only if you were on GOTeam last year. I know it's hard to remember.
It was 90 something. 904.
That's why you're the chair, Ashley. It was 904. We were projected to have a 904. I have never come in. Remember, 68 minus 20 is 48. So we're at 948. Minus the 4 students, how many are we over projection? If we have 948 and our projection was 904.
44.
Yes. I've never been over by that many. Those students come with them after 15 days. We get a nice paycheck for those students, okay? We learned a little more about it last year, that other schools that came in under projections typically lose money and they typically lose staff. They are being told they're not going to have to worry about that this year, which makes them very happy, but sort of hurts us a little bit, right? Like, hey, if they're not losing anybody because they want to be nice, like, what are we going to get because we're over? So long story short is, we carried over $200,000 of our reserve for last year that we're going to get because we hit our projection. If you come in under, you've got to pay about $6,000 per student. I also carried over another $150,000 at the end of last year, if you remember. So we're going to be getting $350,000 on Friday just to help run our building, make it another position. We're going to put it in the subs. We're going to buy teacher stuff, and that's great. But we're also 44 students over. So they're going to get a whole nother teacher or funding for that teacher. A teacher funding is another $150,000. On top of that, we're also another like 22, right? So 26 is a teacher. We're 44. So that's still another like 18 students that we're over. Not quite a teacher, but we should also get some money for them. The long story short, people, is I just want you to know how important it is for us to have students that are in our building. APS is closing 16 schools this year. Okay, there are students that are way, way under projection. Our primary campus has more students than 90% of the elementaries in APS. We will always get what we want. We will always thrive, and we will always have more money than we know what to do with when we have great planning from our GOTeam, great community outreach, great kindergarten tours, and great trust that our school can serve our community. We always want people in our building. We never want to shy away from that. And I'll show you this number right here because I've never seen a number this high. Everybody see our kindergarten numbers? 187 kindergartners. That is awesome. Okay. So long story short is we're 44 over projection. Our 15-day enrollment summary is tomorrow, and I'm excited to see what we get. And I'll reach out to you guys and share all that back on our September 17th meeting. Wanted to give a quick DLI update. Last year at the very end of the year, and as you know, I wanted our class sizes at 18 to 22, and we really planned for that, but kindergarten's a little higher now. They're closer to 22. When you have 180 instead of 150, those numbers go up a little bit, but we're still at 22. I don't need to collapse a class and add another teacher to make classes smaller, which you typically need to do when you're 44 over. 4th grade had a few more kids that came in, but we staffed it with 8 teachers, and it's great, and it still works. The reason why it works is because DLI takes a little bit of the hit down in kindergarten, right? They take more kids. DLI has 27 in their classes, okay? There's a reason for that. It's because you don't really put DLI kids into those homerooms after kindergarten. And over the next 5 years, they fade out a little bit, especially from 4th to 5th. So by the time they get to 5th grade, I'll have 2 DLI classrooms that we cannot put any new kids in. And they typically have, maybe 20 to 22 by that point. So it does help our kindergarten numbers. Some of the requests that I got last year was to provide more support for DLI and to figure out a way that we can do that. So I heard that and I did that, and we purchased a DLI paraprofessional to help support those larger class sizes. And that allowed us to move Senora Sosa to main campus, Senora Park to primary campus. And now they each have their own building where they can support language lab, translanguaging, which is what we're learning about now, content bridging, and really pushing in to support our DLI classrooms that may have a few more students. So we really added, so DLI has a full-on teacher or professional that will only support DLI. So I just wanted to put that out there. We also have been doing a lot of training around the 4 pillars. The new pillar is now metacognition, which is awesome. And I'm so glad we have Senora Camacho on here. She just came back from a great training with Dr. Jose Medina. But Camacho, can you just take 30 seconds to tell us about Senora Sosa maybe supporting you, and then maybe just what you did with Medina last week?
So, Senora Sosa is a great teacher, and we are so happy to have her in our campus. She's pushing in our classroom twice a week, and she's continue doing the language lab every once a week, and we add sometimes like extra time for language lab. And about Jose Medina, it was amazing. He's a very popular person in our area of expertise, the dual language and language teaching. And right now we are focusing on working and doing with the students the 4 pillars, like metacognition, translanguaging, continue with the speaking, writing, listening, and speaking, but bridging with the English teacher and the Spanish teacher, working more collaboratively, and developing more literacy with the students.
Thank you. I'm back, by the way. Sorry, that's why I was cheering. I'm back on camera. Thank you so much for that, Senor. Dr. Jose Medina is literally the leading expert across the country in dual language immersion. Look him up. He APS has made a great partnership with him, and he's done PL last year and this year. And what we are focused on this year is translanguaging, which is basically finding those connections between our language A and language B and bridging it together. What we might do is have, for example, Senora Sosa push into Senora Camacho's classroom, teach that class, while Camacho may go over to the English side and co-teach with Ms. Gray. Ms. Gray may be speaking about ELA and English side concepts in English, and Camacho's finding that bridge in Spanish. And for the first time, the kids are hearing them both speak and finding those connections and those cognates. So we're really trying to play around with DLI and really trying to boost it and make it the best program that it can possibly be, even though the district tells us that we have the best program already, and I hear that already. But I was excited to get this other level of support in there. So just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you, Senora. Okay, I wanted to show
Are
this.
the other classrooms like the sizes? I can't remember what we said, like around the 18 to 20 or 22. I can't remember the number that we were trying to keep the other classrooms. I mean, excluding the KDLI, which that is heavy at 27.
Yeah, so outside of KDLI and kindergarten in general, we're right about 18 to 22 all the way down. 22 is a little bit on the high side for me. As you get up to the upper grades, like 4th grade has a more like, they might have 23, 24 because they have a lot of kids, but you can have a few more in 4th. It's that lower grades where I really wanted to stop it at 22. We are right at that point now that if I had 200 kids, 12 more, I probably would have had to collapse a class, make 9 kindergarten, and pull kids from each. That is very hard to do 15 days into the school year. So I think we're in a good place. Ashley, that's a good call, but that is the goal.
Okay.
All right, let me keep going. I have to show you this. We adopted a personal electronic device policy. It's long-standing board policy is here. They are definitely enforcing that this year. The board policy can be found here if you click it, okay? And then the APS regulation is also here. It just talks about no cell phones at all in schools. All right, they need to be locked up and put away. They get confiscated, they get searched, you have actions for it. And APS was really, really much ahead of the state on this. The state actually has a law now on this. APS did that too. So if you go to middle school or high school, you won't see them. At Brandon, you typically don't see them already because kids don't have those phones yet. But we definitely enforce that here. And I lead that because we're going to be talking a lot about technology this year. And I want you all to know that we have created a great plan, and our teachers have, they're so great. They have taken that off with flying colors. And our goal is really to keep technology to boost and enhance learning, but to have really clear-cut expectations on how that's used and how it's used during small groups, how it's used in specials, how it's used for like for free time. And if we do that stuff, and we've really outlined passive use and what that looks like. I've walked around for 3 weeks now, and let me tell you, I have not seen a computer out outside of map testing. I want to show you this. The district created a plan, but so did Morris Brandon, because we create a plan before anybody else does. And this is here, and I've shared this. You're going to learn a little more about this at your back to school nights. But these are our grade level expectations and recommendations. And I had to put recommendations because the APS board hadn't finalized their plan yet, but we're actually right in line with that. You can see grade levels, what the expectation should be in small groups, what the focus and purpose is, and what our expectation for no more than screen time is. Digital panels on the wall are not considered screen time. We understand now that the days of whiteboards and chalkboards are over. So the digital boards are on, but computers and those types of screens really are put away unless we are in some type of small group activity. Okay, we're going to talk a lot more about this as we go through the year and things like that. But GOTeam, I wanted you to be aware of that. We have an awesome technology integration specialist who helps with us. Okay, any feedback or anything anybody want to share? I know it's 4:11, so I want to keep rolling. All right. See if I have any more updates. Okay, we have announcements. I need to remind you that we all have required trainings, and you're going to continue to get dinged until you do those trainings. So check those out. You have to do them. Failure to complete will result in removal. No, that's not true. I'm not going to remove you from the GOTeam. You're going to have to just do them. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can contact the GOTeam office. We get usage reports occasionally, so just make sure you jump on. Okay. All right. Let me adjourn. The
Were
office
there
of,
any announcements?
yes. Any more announcements, and then I'm going to adjourn the meeting. I'm going to read the statement for them really quickly. The GOTeam office would like to remind all GOTeam members that they are required to complete orientation with 1 year of joining the team and must be renewed and it must be renewed every 4 years. Failure to complete orientation training will result in removal of the GOTeam. All right, you get plenty of time to do that. All right, we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business? I don't think so. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
That was Aaron, I believe.
Yes.
A second.
I'll second.
Ashley, thank you. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. That looks like everybody. Please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. This is going to be the longest meeting we have. It'll be a little better than this after this, but I appreciate everyone. I'll see you on September 17th. Okay?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All
everyone.
right, thank you. See you all later.
Thank you.